Hello, this is Ian the Itinerant Gamer again with another Magic the Gathering Arena gameplay video. I thought we'd continue our run with our mill deck, see if we can get a win. And it sort of occurred to me we didn't really have a look at the deck. So let's just quickly pop in and have a quick tour. First up, we've got ourselves a Great Adventure spell, a little mill our target player for 4 cards right off, and then after that it can come in as a good blocker to help control out the game a little bit. With 4 toughness, it's a little harder for most to remove unless you use a direct removal spell. So good-ish against burn, although you saw in the last video that if the opponent has enough burn, they can still get rid of the card, but at least it stops that burn going directly to our face and still might slow things down a little bit and get some of their burn spells out of their hand. Then we've got the Overwhelmed Apprentice here. 4 copies of this one. And this one, when it enters the battlefield, we mill 2 cards, and after that, and we also get to scry 2. So, possibly if we don't have some of the cards in our hand that we need to see for the next couple of turns, basically this can reduce us having a mulligan when we see a card like this in our hand, but not some of the other tools that we need. And yeah, so that's that guy. Plus, at a 1/2, it's a blocker for at least another turn, maybe more depending on who we're up against. Then we've got the classic stuff. We've got Drowned Secrets, where we can mill our opponent out every time we cast a blue spell. This is great if we can get it on turn 2. Wall of Lost Thoughts, again, pretty good if we can get it on turn 2, except it's only going to mill our opponent once, and that's when it ETBs. After that, again, it's a good blocker. And here we've got one where we can bounce an opponent's key card. If they drop their key combo piece or something like that, this would be good against that, against those sort of combo decks. Bounce it back to the hand, slow them down a bit. Especially good for pulling out a last minute win right at the end when we got our opponent milled down to the last few cards and they're running very low. They're low on cards in the library and they just got their key piece, combo piece down. We bounce it, mill them for the rest, and then they're done. Okay, then we've got Bruvac, who can also block quite well with 4 toughness and also essentially doubles our milling effects. So if we can get him right on turn 3, that's perfect. Can really speed up the mill. Probably the reason why our opponent in the previous video got rid of him as soon as they could. Then another classic mill card, Teferi's Tutelage. Whenever we draw a card, we mill the opponent for 2. And here we've got a counter spell. Didn't say please. We can counter the spell, of course, an instant speed, and they end up having to mill 3 cards when we do that. A couple of copies here of Ashiok. And here the great thing is they can't search a library, so they can't tutor up the things they might need, especially to some of our combo players who might end up against. And also we can -1 to Ashiok to mill them 4 cards. And then we exile out their graveyard, so that's great against some of these graveyard recursion decks, like Golgari decks and such, where they depend on being able to grab stuff from their graveyard for cheaper than they would cast them straight from their hand. And last but not least, 1 Teferi Master of Time, of course. And it's great, we can activate his abilities through all sorts of phases of the game here. Basically, anytime we can cast an instant, we can activate his abilities. So we could draw a card, which would trigger milling off of some of our enchantments, such as Teferi's Tutelage. And also, we can, if we get to his ultimate, we could even take some extra turns and mill our opponent out and win the game right there, if we're allowed to get that far. I don't think I've seen Teferi last that long for the most part. And also we could protect our Bruvac with the -3. So we could cast a fairy, wait. If an opponent tries to burn out Bruvac like they did last time, we could save him by phasing him out and back in again. And we've got our Ipnu rivulets, which we can use, which we can sacrifice to mill our opponent for 4 cards. And if we happen to have Bruvac on the field, we're going to mill them for 8, which could win us the game right there, right on the spot. And we've got our Castle Ventress. And that's the deck. With that covered, let's get on with our next match. Sir Bob 784. Born in July 1984? Maybe. Got a Secret Keeper, an Apprentice. We don't have our Bruvac. But we do get to scry if we cast the Overwhelmed Apprentice right off the bat. So, you know what? Let's give this a spin and see how we do with it. Mono red again. All right. Oh joy, oh bliss, oh rapture divine. Another Secret Keeper, huh? Yeah, our pet does not seem happy about that either. Let's see, is there anything we really need here? We've got 2 lands in our hand. We'll probably end up grabbing another one. Counterspell will be super useful. We already have one in our hand, but you know what? Against these guys, counterspells, I'm always going to keep them. Even happier to get that next turn. Okay, opponent. You're going to shock that? Okay. Better than to our face. I'll take it. Ouch time. Okay. So, drop you. We'll cast the sorcery side of our Secret Keeper. Milling them. Then I think what we'll do is we'll cast the creature side as well. See if we can block out some of this damage. And worst comes to worst, if they get rid of the Secret Keeper with lightning and a firebrand, I'm okay with that. Or say sacking one of the firebrands or lava coil. Yeah, lava coil, right. Red always with the answers, huh? Okay. Let's see here. I think we want to drop our Castle Ventress here. Might be more useful. Let's see, do we drop Ashiok? Mill them right off? Or do we want to keep up? I think we want to keep up a counterspell. Yeah, that might be the better option. Let's see. Yeah, and we get to mill them anyway. Let's see what they cost. Yeah. How about no? I'll just say nope to that, thank you. And mill you. And that's them tapped out. I'll do 2, go down to 13. Okay. Rivulet, in you go. This will cost us a life to do all these things, but let's see here. What do we want to do? Do we want to keep up a counterspell? I think we sort of do here. Let's see. And nope, not what I want to do actually. Okay. Let's see. Let's mill them. That is our primary objective after all. Then I think what we'll do is we'll keep the counterspell up. And end our turn right there. Oh, again, you didn't say please, opponent. Still not drawing our Ashiok, though. Still 33. We're not getting our Bruvac. That is not good news. Let's see here. So if we drop this, it's become a bit of a distraction for our opponent. And we've got, let's see here, we've got 5 mana. So we cast this one for 3. And then can't really cast anything else, but we could cast the Secret Keeper to protect. So you know what, let's do that. Let's do this.
Welcome to my world.
We'll drop this. And then we'll mill you.
I leave you with
Goodbye to their graveyard. 28 cards. If we had Bruvac,
You're not scared enough.
okay. Goodbye to Ashiok, I suppose. We'll block one of these. Or do we even need to bother? You know what? Let's not bother. Just in case they have a lightning spell, do 3 damage.
Nightmare.
Okay, let's see. How many cards in our library? 26. If we do 4 here, another 4 here, that's 8. Gets them down to... Well, I think we can afford to sacrifice one of these. Oh, opponent nopes on out of here. Okay. Well, I'll take the victory. I would have rather have milled them out, but apparently they'd had enough. Or seen enough. Maybe they're empty-handed there and just had lands in their hand. You know, if we look here, that's probably what was going on. Just 2, and they were probably both mountains. And for a deck like this, 5 mana is flooding pretty much. Okay, well, let's see. How many of these assignments did we get dealt with? Okay, we got ourselves a bit of chunk of XP here. Some gold. Awesome. Alright, I think that's going to do it for today's video. This has been Ian, the Itinerant Gamer, and I want to wish you a good one. Bye for now. This has been Ian, the Itinerant Gamer, and thank you for watching, liking, and subscribing.